I just finished my morning session with my client. Now I'm heading out to do my long run. I do my long runs on Fridays just because that's where it fits my schedule the best. And I have a 9-mile, at least, maybe go to 10, but you know, going less, 9-mile or 10-mile run today. We're gonna see what it feels like. I'm also doing a trail run to maintain my endurance and my coordination and agility while running trails. Today I'm heading out to Pedernales State Falls Park in Johnson City, Pedernales. And if you're from the Central Texas area, or maybe all of Texas, I don't know if they all say it this way, but I get reprimanded by my wife all the time that I'm saying it wrong. Do you have to say it as Pedernales? The Pedernales River? The Perd? Don't spell it that way, guys. Anyway, off that soapbox. So, back to training. Heading out to Pedernales State Falls today to do a 9 to 10 mile trail run at a comfortable pace, probably zone 3. And the purpose of this run is to just maintain my muscular endurance. I'm not here to push real adaptation when it comes to stroke volume or lung capacity, and I'm also not going for that peripheral adaptation. I got a proper amount of fuel in today. Had some beef jerky that my client brought me. Thank you, Evan. That was really good stuff. Probably gonna renew my Costco membership just for that jerky. And then I run the risk of buying a kayak that I don't need. Drinking sparkling water, okay, from HEB, cranberry raspberry. And if I was some sort of influencer, I'd probably make something up of like, oh, the CO2 bubbles in the water makes your skin really good, and it fuses with the red light coming from Saturn, and it's just gonna make your collagen so much better. But I'm not that. It's just water. I like drinking carbonated water. It's pure H2O with a little CO2. It's delicious. Camera's sliding down, hold on. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys along on this run with me via GoPro. That's if my GoPro cooperates, so hopefully it does. I've never been to this state park before, but I heard it's pretty cool. I'll record the run and you know, maybe you'll see some cool stuff too. After the run, what I plan on doing is going over the last 2 weeks of my training, explaining the training itself so that you have a good understanding of what I'm doing, and then maybe you can implement this into your training as well. I'm gonna be the first to say, like, I'm not a running coach. I'm not really a runner, to be real. Like, I'm not an expert, but I am testing out the science around running and running adaptations on myself. And I believe, being the fact that I'm not a trained professional runner, if these scientific methods, I guess, of like applying certain stress or stimulus to the body to cause an adaptation, well, I'm the test subject on this. All right, so we made it to Pedernales State Falls Park. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strap you guys to my head. I'll have this playing while Garage Ryan will get started on the explanation of the training and what I've done to improve, or if I've made any improvements over the last 2 weeks. All right, so I decided I'm not gonna do this part in the gym. I'm just gonna do it in the car. And we're gonna go over the run that I'm showing probably right here, right now. This was the first time I've done a run out at Pedernales State Falls Park, so I don't know the trails, and I got lost. I got lost in the cedar trees, had no idea where I was, ended up on some like random horse trail, I guess, equestrian trail, and I just started running it because it looked like the trail I started on, and then I realized, wait, where am I? I found an old dude walking with like hiking sticks, and I said, is the parking lot this way? And he said yes. So I kept running. Turns out that parking lot was a different parking lot. My truck wasn't there. So I finally was able to get some cell service, because that was one thing, I didn't have any cell service. So like I'd stop on my run and like pull my phone out, check Strava for the trail map or whatever, and also like check my regular like Apple Maps, and I couldn't get any service. So I had no idea where I was. Anyway, as soon as I saw the park road, like the road to get into the park, I ran to there and just basically stopped the run because honestly, I had no idea where I was or where I was going. So looking at the numbers for the 7-mile run, I was averaging 146 beats per minute on my heart rate, and it was at a 10-minute 7-second per mile with a total time of 1 hour and 11 minutes. So not bad. I'm going for 60 to 90 minutes on these long runs, and primarily, like I said before, this is just muscular endurance. It's not anything to like PR or push my speed or my pace, push past my max heart rate and stuff. Sorry, there's a bunch of traffic. So this week, from Monday to today, I ran a total of 20.2 miles. That came out to about 3 hours and 8 minutes of running this week, which is totally doable because I designed this program to take up less of my time and give me more days to recover between runs. So if you're a parent or a busy person, this training schedule is pretty good for you, I'd say. And if you want, hit me up on Instagram at Ryan Padilla Fitness, and I will send you the program that I'm running for free. Just message me in the DMs, send me your email, and I'll send it to you. You can give it a try if you want. The program that I'm running is lactate threshold based. On my numbers, around 169 beats per minute heart rate is my lactate threshold. So once my heart rate gets above 169 beats per minute, my body is not as efficient at removing or using the lactate in my blood and my muscles for energy. So it starts to build up, and that's that pain or that lactic acid pain that you get in your muscles. So what I'm trying to do is increase that. I want to be more efficient at a higher intensity. My pace, my lactate threshold pace, is around 8 minutes and 11 seconds per mile. So what I'm doing is on Mondays, I have a high intensity interval training where I run for 10 minutes at a 10-minute per mile pace, and that's just strictly to warm up my body, get everything woken up, so my nervous system is aware of what I'm about to do. Then after that 10-minute warm-up, I start doing my high-intensity intervals. And what I do is I do 5 bouts at 4 minutes each. So for 4 minutes, I'm running at 7 minutes, 30 seconds per mile. Really fast for me. For some of you, or I don't know, maybe real runners aren't even watching this because they're like, dude, this guy's a fucking meathead who's just trying to run. But for some of you slower fucks or people who are just getting into running, that's pretty fast. So for 4 minutes, 7 minutes, 30 seconds per mile. After that 4 minutes, I reduce to a recovery speed, and that's about 12 minutes per mile for 3 minutes. I do that 5 times. And then after that, I do another 10-minute cool down. That's the workout for the day. The point of that workout is to really stress your central cardiovascular system. So the heart and the lungs. It's to cause adaptations to increase stroke volume within your heart. So stroke volume is how much blood you pull in to the heart and how much can be pumped out. And the more blood that you can pump out in one stroke is your maximum stroke volume. So you're wanting to increase that because the more blood that you can pump in one heartbeat, the more blood and oxygen you can get to your muscles. That's one thing. And then the next thing is lung capacity. So you're building up lung capacity under high intensity stimulus to basically cause an adaptation to your body so that your lungs work more efficiently under high levels of stress or intensity. The next workout is on Wednesdays for me, and it is a threshold/tempo run. This also starts off with a 10-minute warm-up, and then it goes into 2 bouts of 20 minutes each with a 5-minute recovery between those 20-minute bouts. The 20-minute sessions are ran at just above or your lactate threshold pace. So mine is 8 minutes and 11 seconds. I'm just running at 8 minutes and 10 seconds to push above the lactate threshold pace. Obviously, you can go faster than that. So like this past week, I think my first bout of 20 minutes was 8 minutes and 8 seconds, I think. And then my second bout was 8 minutes and 9 seconds. So just a little bit over the 8 minutes and 11 second pace. Now, after that, you follow it with a cool down of 10 minutes again, then you're done with the workout. The point of the threshold run is to increase your capability to run long periods of time at a higher intensity. And this is going to cause adaptations in your extremities. So if I was swimming, it would be my arms and my legs. But primarily in running, you're just basically using your legs. Like obviously your core and your arms are moving throughout this entire thing that all fits together for the entire machine. But the real adaptations are going to be coming within your legs, and it's going to help your capillaries improve the transfer of oxygen from blood to, in your capillaries to your muscles to be used as energy or throughout the whole energy transfer process. That's what those two workouts are primarily doing. They're primarily there to improve VO2 max. For those of you who only run on the roads and have never ran on trails before, running on trails is significantly harder because there's elevation change constantly. The terrain is completely unstable. I'm basically like tiptoeing through some of these areas very gingerly so that I don't take a wrong step and roll my ankle or fuck up my knees or anything like that. So your pace does decrease while running trails. So like, for instance, on the road, my comfortable pace is normally around 9 minutes, 30 seconds. You know, that's like a pace where I can keep a conversation for a long period of time while running. On this one, even though it said 9 minutes, there's parts of the trail where like I'm having to run at probably 13 minutes per mile because I'm climbing up a hill or the trail is super narrow or I'm navigating loose rocks and stuff like that. So that's all things to consider when you're running these things, because if you're doing it strictly on pace and you have to keep that pace, you're gonna like in your mind psychologically you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not doing that good, but in reality you're probably working harder. My plan here is to basically continue doing these runs. I'm gonna do it for 12 weeks. I'm on the second week so far. I have seen significant improvements on my running capacity when it comes to like intensity. 2 weeks in a row now, I have PR'd in my 10K time. From June, I think I was around 58 minutes. 2 weeks ago, I got my 10K time down to 54 minutes. And then on Wednesday, I decreased that another 2 minutes to 52 minutes for a 10K. Now I'm running pretty much almost at red line to get those numbers, but I mean, those are improvements. Like over time, if I continue to run in this fashion, those high intensity times will become easier. And then my 10K time will reflect that in a more comfortable way. Anyway, I'm gonna continue doing this. I got 12 minus 2 is 10. So we got 10 more weeks, but go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful in any way. Or also leave me comments down below for anyone who is like real runners. You know, people who really know what they're talking about when it comes to running in a practical sense. Science, literature is always there, but it also has to be applied. So if you only know what's written in a book, I don't really care about your opinion, okay? But if you know what's written in a book and you apply these things to your life or your coach and you apply these things to your athletes, leave me comments below so I can learn from you. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not an expert runner. I'm 41 years old, and this is really the year that I've actually started really engaging in running and try to learn and understand it. I'm gonna cut it short. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.